I'm riding down the street minding my own business, and I pass by Jaquay's Chicken and Waffles at 4312 St. Gore Street in Dickinson. And I see all these people walking around eating chicken with smiles on their face. I put down my window and ask somebody, why is everybody so happy? Brother gonna tell me, if you must know, brother, go inside and order a 10-piece dirty rice with a waffle on the side. So I go in and order me a 10-piece dirty rice with a waffle on the side and macaroni, and guess what? It made me happy. Man, that is the best chicken and waffles on this side of the Mississippi or the Beltway. Point is, go see my boy Shorty at 4312 at St. Gore, Dickinson, Texas, or call at 832-820-8560. Guaranteed to put a smile on that face.
Welcome to Maduro's Cigar Lounge, location 2800 Marina Bay Drive in League City, Texas. Welcome to Maduro's Cigar Lounge. Welcome to Maduro's Cigar Lounge, location 2800 Marina Bay Drive in League City, Texas. As you can see, Maduro's is a very warm, fine establishment with cozy and warm chairs for relaxation. Back part of the cigar lounge, humidor with some fresh and fine cigars to your expense. Maduro's also has a private cigar lounge, VIP status, cozy chairs, nice and warm. So whenever you're in League City, stop by Maduro's Cigar Lounge, 2800 Marina Bay Drive. They will be glad to see you. What up, our people?
What up, what up?
I am Zeke, the 5-foot freak, with my beautiful co-host,
Miss Rena, that diva.
Hey, and we have a very interesting show for you all tonight. But before we get in that and get into the details, I am glad that my co-host is back. She wasn't on the show last week because she had some things she had to take care of. So she kept checking on me, make sure I was holding it down, and I was scared as hell. But I did take care of everything.
He missed me when I'm
right.
gone, y'all.
Damn right.
You understand?
Damn right.
That girl asked flavor.
So I'm glad she's back to tonight. If y'all didn't know, last week's show was Are You Creating Wealth for Your Family? So now we're going to try to tap in on that. But before we do that, we're going to go into Zeke Speaks. And I want to go in on first on, I know the Super Bowl is coming up, but we had some issues they call it Terrorhead in Kansas City, but Arrowhead Stadium, and Trey Songz showed up. He showed up. I don't know who he was there supporting, but he showed up for the game. But my brother wasn't wearing the mask, him and his entourage. And let me tell you something. I don't care how much money you have. Rules are rules. Protocol is protocol. And I'm pretty sure if he was sitting in his own little group or section, taking your mask off, whether you're having a drink, talking or whatever, and putting it back on is okay. But I'm pretty sure he probably was following those guidelines, but you always going to have some people that just got something to say to go tell because he probably was getting special or preferential treatment, and they didn't like that. So the police came over, told him to put on his mask. Allegedly, he didn't put on his mask. An altercation occurred. They got into a fight. Allegedly, he put a police officer in the headlock.
What the hell?
Yeah. So he
drunk?
I don't know. It didn't appear he was drunk on the video.
Come on,
but he
Trey.
did go to jail. That's a felony offense. It went to court. I don't know what happened in court. He did bond out. So hopefully he'll get out of that. And on a higher note and a more exciting note, I am proud to say that our Galveston very own BOI, Mr. Mike Evans, is going to his first Pro Bowl.
Good job.
And I'm so proud of that. I'm glad he's going. We got somebody in the Super Bowl that's going to be representing Galveston Island again.
Super Bowl, not the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, the Super Bowl, not the Pro Bowl.
It's going to be no Pro Bowl this year with the corona.
It may not be. I think they're just calling out the names, but I can be wrong on that. But that's basically what we got going on. Just wanted to give a big shout out to Mike. I'm so proud of him. He's from Galveston. He's also from my alumni, Galveston Ball High School, the home of the Golden Tornadoes.
The Tornadoes.
And that's all I have. Is you want to give your Mina's Minute?
Mina's Minute gonna be on our show tonight because we gonna give y'all the game on how you guys need to be maneuvering in this entrepreneur world.
And we have a lot of special guests coming on tonight, man. Y'all gonna be. You can take a lot from this show tonight about having your family wealth or whatever the case may be. So, hey, be sure to tune in. We're going to take a quick minute break. Enjoy our little commercial videos for some of our sponsors. And when we come back, we'll have one of our other co-hosts, Mr. Uncle Russ. He has his own podcast show under the Upper Room called Uncle Russ Roundtable. He's back with us again tonight. He was with us last week. He's going to give his little professional views on things, and we're going to bring our guests in and we're going to chat with them as well as on Stationhead. This show is being brought to you tonight by YouTube, Stationhead, Instagram, and BeLive TV. And with that being said, I am Zeke the 5 Foot Freak with my co-host,
Miss Mina That D.
The beautiful Miss Mina That D. Oh, fellas, she's taking now. She's taking. But we'll be back.
That ain't none of your business, but he just snitched on me.
Hey, don't mind us. We're not smoking.
He childish.
But we are drinking. But anyway,
we say that.
I am Zeke, the 5-foot freak, with my co-host.
Miss Mina, that diva.
And I want to say, hey, thank you to all the people that's following us on Instagram. We won't be able to answer a lot of questions on Instagram, but we probably be able to bring them up on the show. We can answer the questions on Be Live through YouTube and as well as on Stationhead. And with that being said, let me bring in Uncle Russ. All right, Uncle Russ. Uncle Russ, can you hear us? Uncle Russ. Oh, I don't know what he got going on.
Hello.
Uncle Russ.
I think it's a delay.
Nah. Uncle Russ, you can hear us?
It's a delay on.
But he's live on the show. Can you text him to see if he hears? Uncle Russ.
Hello.
Well, he's on here. Can you hear us? Make sure your mic ain't on mute. Well, we're having some technical difficulties. Until we get him home, we'll try to get him back on. And if our viewers, if you can hear us, just put in the chat you can hear us or whatnot. Make sure that it ain't something on our end. But with our first guest we bringing on, hey, this lady right here, man, y'all gonna like her. But with that being said, can you go ahead and unmute?
CEO, correct?
Oh, yeah. Hello, how you doing?
I'm finding yourself.
Doing very well. I'm glad we can have you on our show tonight.
Welcome to the show.
And
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and that's Miss Mina, that diva herself. So I don't, hey, for one, we don't want you to be nervous and I don't want you to be scared. We ain't going to interrogate you. But the thing is, we just want you to be able to, tell the people about your business, to advertise your business. And we'll go in with a couple of questions from now. Miss Mina, that diva, would you like to start?
Sure, she can. So what kind of business? You're an entrepreneur?
Yes, I am. My name is Margot, and I have started an in-home laundry service. It is a very niche-specific business. We come into homes and take care of all the laundry that people don't want to put away, don't want to wash, don't have time for. We are in the business of giving you back your time.
That is absolutely amazing. Do you know how many people actually wash their clothes but do not fold them or put them up? Lonnie Love just said on whatever that station is, I was going to say The View, but she said, and they all chimed in and agreed that they have laundry that have yet to be folded, that has yet to be folded and has been washed for weeks and weeks and weeks. So that is an impressive way to come up with an idea on how you can help some people out to fill a need and make a profit. See what I'm saying? Takes a little bit of creativity.
It came from me wanting somebody to do mine, and nobody would ever. I got our housekeepers, and everybody look at the laundry just like I was looking at it. So I was like, you know what? I know I'm not the only person living out of my basket from time to time.
Okay.
And the more people know about the service, the more bookings I get, because that is a real issue.
Okay.
And so where you are, what general area are you in? Are you in just
I am servicing Houston, the greater Houston area. I am currently training some employees to help me expand, but I intend on not only servicing the greater Houston area. I want a franchise.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm into the business for the long run.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Make it happen. Make it happen. And so how long have you been owning your business, or how long ago did you start this business?
Oh, so a little background on me. I come from the industry of construction, and that's another reason I needed somebody to do my laundry. We work long days.
Right.
Usually like a long week. So I come home and just be like, I'm over that. As long as I got clean drawers, I'm good.
Right.
Transparent.
Right.
That would be my
Hey, I love it.
That was my angle.
Right.
And
Right.
so, like, I needed this service, especially when my kids were younger, and it was not there. And so, for the last couple of years, I've been kind of like jotting down ideas on how I would do it and how I would price it. And I looked and researched, and there was really nobody else out there doing it. So I just developed everything on my own. And January 31st, 2020, I got my LLC. And then COVID came. COVID came and put a damper on things. And I was like, ooh, I'm going to have to wait because everybody at home, they're probably doing their own laundry. They don't want nobody in their house.
Right.
So like I put it on the shelf. And then probably around July or August, I start, advertising that I was ready to,
put it out there. And then you found out that because people are at home doesn't mean that they want to do their own laundry.
Exactly. Exactly. And so, like I said, the more that people know about the service, I have clients I go to every week now. They are regular clients.
Oh, okay. We're having some issues with my co-host over here. Oh, that's him.
Oh, I know. Hello. Sorry about that. No, you good.
You good. We have.
Yeah. But I have a couple of questions. One of them, you said you have your LLC, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Well, with some of you that's probably watching the show, they don't even know what an LLC is. And if you don't mind, can you kind of go into that? Because I have two businesses of my own. One with my wife and then one of my own. And then with my business, I had a LLC because I was a single owner until I started bringing in other guys to have partnership with me. But if you'd like to just give them just a little information on having an LLC, what the LLC means, and why you chose the LLC over with 501c. 501c. Why you choose to do right? Why you choose to do business under an LLC instead of just a DBA?
Okay, so the LLC is a limited liability company. So it basically separates my money from the business money. Let's say I go into somebody's home and I tear up, like they wash the room and just destroy the stuff. They can come after my company's money, but my money they can't touch.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that is the main reason that I made sure I want the LLC out of the gate because I wanted to make sure I get things, proper in order. I had my LLC in place. I had my insurance and my bond, but all the little stuff that
So necessary.
I want into people's homes and I want them to trust me. I want them to know that I'm coming in with good intentions.
So did you bond yourself, or did you just go with the LLC and go from there? Did you add that?
I bonded myself. I have insurance on my company. Like I said, I want people to know that I'm coming in with good intentions. I'm coming into their home. I'm not trying to, have a spotlight and I get that operation.
Right. And for those that don't understand out there in the universe, or universe or whatever, briefly tell them what bonding your company helps the client with and how it helps you.
The bonds, and y'all just let me I haven't had to utilize it.
Right. Don't ever right.
It's basically I'm paying them I don't even remember how much my bond is for. I'm paying them for a set amount. Like if something were to happen, let's say like a lot of construction companies have bonds. Like they cover themselves for like up to $1 million or whatever. And if something were to happen, they have that to fall back on. Their client knows that this job is gonna be taken care of in case
something goes around. Right.
And so being a new business, a new concept, just new in the game period. I wanted people to get comfortable with me, my brand, my idea, and I wanted all my bases covered. Background checks for the employees, all of that.
Absolutely.
Hey, we have one of our other co-hosts, and he has his own show, but he's part of the Upper Room family. Uncle Russ, I mean, we can hear you now, man, because I can hear all that noise in the background.
Cool, I appreciate it. I cut everything off.
Well, go ahead, man. We have Miss how you pronounce the last name? Couture? Correct. Miss Margot, correct. And I also have her information posted on our Be Live and on our YouTube and Facebook page, so for our viewers to be able to see that. And hopefully you'll get in contact with her if you have any needs. But anyway, Uncle Russ, if you have anything that you want to ask, questions you want to ask, man, feel free, brother.
Well, one question. What made you go into the business that you're in?
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear.
He said, what was your interest of making you going into the business that you have?
She said,
oh.
Well, I had him, he probably.
In all honesty, I've had this conversation with several people. I do not wake up in the morning ready to do laundry. That is not like my thing. I don't get off on doing laundry, but I seen that there was a market that needed to be filled that nobody is taking advantage of. I see potential to grow in that market, and I see potential to make money in it. So I was like, everybody has been sleep on it for the last 5-10 years. I've been needing them, so why not step into it?
Absolutely.
Now, go ahead, Uncle Russ.
No, that's good. Go ahead.
I have a question. Now, I know you probably go into some of these homes, and you probably have some people that's filthy as hell, and you got to clean some dirty drawers.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Now, you can't lie now.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. Majority, and I'm gonna say vast majority of my clients have like really tidy homes. It's just the laundry has snowballed on them, and I would say 90% of my clients have already washed the clothes. It's just that they don't get put away.
Right.
It is a very small percentage of my clients that I actually have to go load the washer in the dryer while I'm in their homes. Most of them have clean clothes. They just have not put them away. So now I have, and then the ones, like even the ones that have clean clothes, they're like, I'm so sorry. I know it's a mess, and I'm in the business. Your mess is making me profit, so you have no reason to apologize.
Please don't apologize. Make more messes so I can come back.
Yes, I'll come back.
Right.
So, Ms. Margot, like, where are you originally from?
I'm from LaPorte, Texas.
All right, LaPorte on the map. You know what? It was a woman that I was very interested in. She was from LaPorte, and I was like, I ain't gonna mess with no woman that's from the country around all them oil plants. But I'm glad I did meet her because I think the oil plants helped her with. Never mind. But anyway, I ended up marrying her.
It's
my girl like that.
This is my co-host right here. But that's how most entrepreneurs, just to chime on to what you had to say about finding the niche and finding the need in our society, and then filling that need or that solving that problem. Most millionaires, billionaires, whatever, they become that because they see the need in our
economy.
Well, not just the economies, but just in our communities or wherever, and they see the need and they feel it. Whether it be Uber said, okay, well, at first we had taxis, but why is it that one company has to have, has to provide transportation when we can, everybody's on their phone anyway. We can create an app that can tell you, hey, I'm over here. Come pick me up, give me a ride, and I'll pay you. don't have to work for a said company in order to be a taxi driver. And so that's how Uber monopolized on taxis. That's how Airbnb is now monopolizing on hotels. It's about filling the need, giving the people what they truly want. So I applaud you wholeheartedly. I think next year when we get on the line with you again, Miss Correct, you're going to be a very successful person in your in this lane. And I congratulate you. Keep doing what you're doing, girlfriend.
Thank you.
Uncle Swan, what you got?
Nothing, man. I'm just from listening to what she got going on. There's a high five. Now, how does people go about soliciting your services?
Did you hear that, Ms. Margot?
Did he say how do they go about soliciting my services?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your handles? How can they get in touch with you to get those services from you? Do you have a website? Can they log on?
I'm telling you, I did everything by the book. I have a website. It is because I did not want people coming to me and then like it looked like it's halfway done. You've been on those websites or on those Instagram pages. You like, well, how I'm supposed to give you the money if I'm I did not want that.
Right. So Hang It Up Laundry.
Yes, my website is www.hangituplaundry.com.
Okay.
My Instagram is Hang It Up Laundry. It's at Hang It Up Laundry. You can find me on Facebook at Hang It Up Laundry. Everything across the board will be
Hang It Up
with Hang It Up Laundry.
Okay, so you told me
you can find me. Look, you can find me and reviews on Google. All of that.
I know that's right.
I know that's right. So, okay, let's keep it real. We know the highs and the lows come with being an entrepreneur. We know a lot of entrepreneurs, people who watch them in the process, they see the success of the entrepreneur, right? But they never understand the grind and the lows and the no's that you have to go through in order to get to that success. Would you say that being an entrepreneur is worth the no's and the grind that you have to go through in order to accomplish that success? How do you feel about those highs and lows?
So for me, I maintain looking at the bigger picture. I was just having this conversation a day or two ago. This is like my baby, right?
Right.
It's a newborn, and it needs so much attention right now. I gotta check DMs, and I gotta check emails. I gotta return phone calls. I gotta check emails. I gotta return phone calls.
What is you doing? I'm sorry, y'all. 1 second. Our co-host is over here. He always gotta touch something, do something. What are you doing, co-host? He echoing.
Well, for one, the guest that came on had his microphone on, so I had to take him back off. And I accidentally disconnected. Ms. Margot, I am so sorry.
Oh, you got. Oh.
No, I was telling you. I tried to bring a guest on so he wouldn't have to wait in the waiting room, and he had the microphone on. So I tried to delete him, but deleted you.
This is my co-host, y'all. You gotta love.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, you're fine.
Okay. So so you stayed the course because
I'm staying on course because I know that I have a bigger picture ahead of me.
Right.
I don't recommend anybody getting into entrepreneurship if they expect like instant results, overnight success. Try and go play some numbers on the Powerball if that's what you're looking for.
You probably right.
Entrepreneurship it does not work like that.
Mm-mm. And you have to have that thick skin.
Some real money put to the side. Like it takes a lot to get the business off the ground.
Absolutely.
You are going to run into walls. You're gonna have to figure out how to market. You're going to figure out which lanes work best for you. Because we got to figure out your audience. There's so much to figure out get the ball rolling how you want it. And so, like if it's something that you expect, you see all these little boutiques pop up, and you like, well, I can do that. Trust me, they are doing some real work behind the scenes, and
for real. What you see on a day-to-day is just It's the bare minimum what they see day in, day out when they walk into a boutique.
Yes.
Well, Ms. Margot, let me ask you this. Are you the only employee within your company, or do you have other people working for you, for as like family, your kids, or whatever?
So at this moment, well, actually, yesterday I started training my first employee.
Yay! Congratulations!
Yes, thank you. And the reason for me, I have to put this out there for y'all too. I have a personal trainer, and my trainer is all about, getting his clientele. And I was telling him, I was like, Coach, if you plan on expanding your business, at some point you're gonna have to train other people to do what you do. So it's gonna be multiple places at one time. And I feel like a lot of times people get into the business, whatever business it is, and they want to hold on to all the knowledge for themselves because they don't want somebody else to go duplicate what they done already started. And if somebody duplicates what I have started, I have created this baby, so I know where I want it to go. I know they're not going to take it where I'm trying to take it, so it would not bother me at all.
But there's even if they did duplicate it, that just tells you that you have gold, right? Because look at Kmart. Kmart duplicated Walmart. Okay, so that just told Walmart we have gold here. We have something. If someone wants to duplicate what I'm doing, would you agree?
Exactly.
I agree.
Well, and you have 1,000 cleaning services in the Houston area, and everybody's eating. So
there's money out here for everybody.
It's not going to take for me. That's how I feel about it.
Absolutely.
Well,
and in order to grow, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
You have to train those people. You have to have other people
on your team.
You can't do it on your own.
You have to have a team. Absolutely.
You do.
Well, Ms. Margot, we really appreciate you coming on the show. And before we go, Ms. Margot, she's the CEO and the founder of a company, Hang It Up Laundry. You can call it. Now, this number is wrong. It's on your Facebook page, 832-784-4794.
Yes, you can call or text that number.
Oh, call or text that number. She's also on Instagram and she's on Facebook. And the upper room is also following Ms. Margot, so you can go on our Facebook page. It's Hang It Up Cleaners. She's going to
Hang It Up Laundry.
Hang It Up Laundry. After this show is going to be uploaded on YouTube and on Stationhead, and you can also see our information up there as well. And again, we really appreciate you coming on, giving our viewers and our listeners the nugget if they're trying to start their company, and hopefully you gave them some insight and some encouragement from not being afraid to start their own business.
And we're gonna give you a couple shout outs on the show too.
Oh yeah, we're gonna give you a couple of shout outs.
We do appreciate the entrepreneurs, so we will shout you out.
I greatly appreciate y'all having me tonight. Y'all have a good evening.
You too. Uncle Russ, you got anything?
No, we good, man. She good to go. Yes.
All right. Well, Ms. Margot, we appreciate you, and you have a nice night.
You too.
Bye-bye. Well, that was one of our guests. We're going to have to take a break, and then when we come back, we have another guest that's coming on to our show. And I can't wait to y'all listening to this guy. I know him personally. I'm so proud of him, and I just want you to hear his story, and I can't wait to bring him on. I am Zeke the 5 Foot Freak with my beautiful co-host, as well as my brother. I ain't gonna say in crime because we ain't doing crime no more. Uncle Russ.
Don't cry no more. Uncle Russ.
And we'll be back. Welcome to Maduro's Cigar Lounge, location 2800 Marina Bay Drive in League City, Texas. As you can see, Maduro's is a very warm, fine establishment. Welcome to Maduro's Cigar Lounge. Welcome to Maduro's Cigar Lounge, location 2800 Marina Bay Drive in League City, Texas. As you can see, Maduro's is a very warm, fine establishment with cozy and warm chairs for relaxation. Back part of the cigar lounge, humidor with some fresh and fine cigars to your expense. Maduro's also has a private cigar lounge. Welcome to Maduro's Cigar Lounge, location 2800 Marina. Welcome to Maduro's Cigar Lounge, location 2800 Marina Bay Drive in League City, Texas. As you can see, Maduro's is a very warm, fine establishment with cozy and warm chairs for relaxation. Back part of the cigar lounge, humidor with some fresh and fine cigars to your expense. Maduro's also has a private.
I'm riding down the street minding my own business, and I pass by Jaquay's Chicken and Waffles at 4312 St. Gore Street in Dickinson. And I see all these people walking around eating chicken with smiles on their face. I'm riding down the street minding my own business, and I pass by Jaquay's Chicken and Waffles at 4312 St. Gore Street in Dickinson. And I see all these people walking around eating chicken with smiles on their face. I put down my window and ask somebody, why is everybody so happy? Brother gonna tell me, if you must know, brother, go inside and order a 10-piece dirty rice with a waffle on the side. So I go in and order me a 10-piece dirty rice with a waffle on the side and macaroni, and guess what? It made me happy. Man, that is the best chicken and waffles on this side of the Mississippi or the Beltway. Point is, go see my boy Shorty at 4312 at St. Gore, Dickinson, Texas, or call at 832-820-8560. Guaranteed to put a smile on that face.
All right, we are back. I am Zeke, the 5-foot freak, with my beautiful co-host. And also co-hosting with us, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
This is your boy, Uncle Russ.
Uncle Russ. Well, if y'all missed the first half, if you just tuned in, we had Miss Margot Correct.
Hang It Up Laundry.
Hang It Up Laundry.
The CEO of Hang It Up
CEO
Laundry.
and the founder. Her information is posted.
If you don't like folding clothes like anybody else,
she will do it for you.
She'll do it for you. She'll put it up nice. She'll hang those clothes up. Y'all do her a call.
And please don't have no dirty drawers, man. Make her job easy. Hey,
but she'll wash it too.
Say, Uncle Russ, you laughing? Weenie Dog got on here and say she ain't coming to Dallas.
She what?
Weenie Dog say she ain't coming to Dallas.
Don't worry, she found a way if she understands business.
She expensive.
She comes
hire some people.
Hey, with that being said, we have our second special guest, and if you don't mind, go ahead and unmute, and so we can get you introduced. Not you yet, Elliot. All right. Well, before this young man introduced himself, like I said before we went on break, man, I'm very proud of this guy. And my wife been asking about him, but I ain't know how to get in contact with him, knowing I had my number in I'm a little slow. I had his number in my phone, but never looked at my phone. and had to call other guys, his ex-teammates, to find him, which I did today. And then something said, let me look at my phone and see if I had his number, and I have. But without further ado, would you please like to introduce yourself, your name, where you from, and the name of your company?
Yes, sir. I'm Roger Coughlin. I'm from Galveston, and I'm on the Pickly Pickles.
Hey, Ockley, my wife just said, "Ooh, them pickles." Hey, this young man started his entrepreneurship, man. It was your sophomore year or your junior year in high school?
Well, I had been doing that since I was like maybe in 5th grade.
Dang.
That's the first time I had met you when I was like a sophomore.
Okay. Well, this guy have his own pickles, man, and I put his information on our page. You need to go check them out. You can order them.
So what are pickly pickles? What is it? Pickly pickles?
Pickles.
What are they?
Coming up with the name, it was kind of just like pickles is my pickles. So my last name's Hockley. So Pickly, Pickles and Hockley right there.
Okay. What are pickly pickles?
Like they're sweet and spicy pickles. My
I like
told me the recipe, and I fell in love with them. I just knew anybody else would fall in love with them. They taste.
Wow. So they're like the bread and butter pickles? Because I like those kinds. But with a little spice to them.
Sweet.
Yeah, bread and butter pickles are sweet, but you saying yours have a little heat too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well I'm gonna have to try yours out because I like the bread and butter pickles. I kosher, but I like to support my people.
Yeah.
So you got some sweet and hot. I'm gonna have to try them out.
So, Hockley, let me ask you.
I do shipping. I have a website.
www.
Pickleys.com.
Okay.
And I also have that. I did post it for you, Hockley, but I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, man. Like I was saying in the beginning, my wife was asking about the pickles, and I'm in a classroom today, and I see one of my football players had your jar of pickles, and I asked him, I was like, "Hey, where you get them pickles from?" And he said, "Man, they in some." Now his brand is in stores now. He was like, "Man, I just got these from the store off of 29th." I said, "Off the store?" So I went and looked at the jar, and then I seen the websites on there, the Instagram, the Twitter, and the Snapchat. And when I went to it, lo and behold, who I see. So I was like, "Man, I'm doing a show tonight. Let me call him," which I did. I got in contact with him, and he was like, "Coach, that's perfect because I'm off on Wednesday." And for y'all that don't know, this young man, why don't you tell him what 2 colleges you went to? I mean, what college you went to first and where you at now?
I went to Navarro Junior College out of high school. I played football there, and then I was got to come play football for Texas State. That's where I'm at now.
And he's at Texas State.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. So you playing for Texas State and not TSU, right?
This is San Marcos. Texas State. No, that's Texas Longhorns. Let's not get him mixed up because he probably got agents looking for him. We don't need him going to Texas Longhorn. Right. We need him to go to Texas State.
Texas State.
Right.
That's in where?
In San Marcos.
In San Marcos. So if the scouts, if y'all out there, y'all looking for Mr. Hockley, you can find him at Texas State in San Marcos.
As well as you in stores out there. Hey, let's get his product in your store.
So how long you said you started making Pickly's pickles in the 5th grade?
Yes, man. About 5th, 6th grade, I used to sell them in school. I used to sell them like in a plastic bag for like 4 slices for $1.
But how about, so that is so beautiful because my son, he takes a bag of he takes his instead of him filling his taking lunch in his lunch pail, he fills his lunch pail up with Sweets and Treats. And
Sweets and Treats.
Yeah.
And we should, don't say that name right now. We probably have to market that name. Somebody may try to steal it.
Sweets and Treats?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, just like Pickly Pickle. So everybody wants to snack in school, you know, the kids, and they don't want to go to the vending machine and get the same old lame things that y'all get in the vending machine. They want to up their game. They want Twizzlers and all the stuff that the schools can't sell. So he making him a little profit. So I feel you. He started in the 5th grade. That's what I'm talking about.
Actually, now let me ask you this. Like I see your marketing is Instagram, your website, and Snapchat. And Twitter. How did you go about going to stores to convince them of letting you sell your products in their stores?
Well, so my first store I was ever in was my uncle's store, the G County store in the park.
Yes.
Shout out to G County Apparel for making all the apparel for the G County and beyond. If you haven't got your 409 apparel, get you some now. See, that was free advertisement. Go ahead, boy. Plug your uncle in. What?
Every day. So that's really what I learned, like I feel like where I started to grow as like a business, a young entrepreneur, with my uncle mentoring me. And then I just word of mouth, and he asked for one of his friends. He's a smoke shop in Galveston. That's the store the kid bought the store from. And then he said yes, and that really opened my eyes. I was like, man, all you gotta do is go ask. So there's been a few other stores I went to and just asked. I got into
just by asking. Just by asking, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Asking, ye shall receive. So let me ask you this: being that you are a young entrepreneur, how has Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and things like that in this new generation helped you with advertisements versus how it used to be, where you actually had to have an advertisement company to put your brand out there and to brand yourself? How has those handles helped you as a young entrepreneur in your up and coming success?
So I'm gonna be honest, my friend in high school, Javon Elliott, he make YouTube videos, JD's videos. He taught me so we used to go on Snapchat. Everybody on Snapchat really wants to be like, you want to have a whole bunch of people look at your story. Okay, as kids, we're not really thinking that that's really like advertising, but everybody want to be the cool kid to do that.
Right.
So he showed me a way that basically just tell people to, like how people do now, do like shout outs or promote your page. So we were just doing that as like kids. And then I just took it with my business. I was like, man, if I can do it like myself, imagine if I can do my people 2,000, 3,000 people. So that's kind of where I started my first marketing. Not really knowing it was marketing display in the game like that. And then that's how I grew. I like to use it for Instagram and Twitter.
And how quickly have you grown by using all of those handles and going from in that age?
Really, I've grown a lot from that, and I've grown a lot from my people at home. They really do like a lot of people. My product, they everything like that. Stuff like that's really grown a lot. And
well, let me ask you this. Now, when I went to your page today, I don't know what your production strategy is, and I don't want you to say it because I don't want nobody to steal it from me. But when I saw that picture with over 300 something jars of pickles on that counter, I was like, yeah. So do you have family members helping you with that, or do you have an overhead? Do you have people working for you, or are you doing it all on your own?
So sometimes, whenever I was doing football, I have my family. My grandma.
Shout out to the momos and the mamas.
Now, when you go ahead.
And then after that, I just take it for myself. Like, it's my business, so I really want to do this. That's what I want to do.
So you don't have anybody working for you right now outside of your close knit family.
No, I have. So my friend Michael Fox. Sometimes he helps me whenever I'm up in school. Because we're roommates, so he helps me out every once in a while.
Well, big shout out to Michael Fox, man. You tell him Coach O said hello. That's another one of my products. Hey, now look, now when you went to market your product in this store, I know he's a very presentable young man. Hakim never had no problem with a problem kid in school. Did you dress up for the occasion, or was it a situation that they knew your family and you just went in casually, or did you go in like professional business? Like, hey, I'm serious about this. I want you to take me serious. I want my product in your store.
I really dressed up.
That's what I'm talking about.
It was my friend, but my grandpa took me to a few other places. Stores and restaurants. So I met people.
I have to be.
He said, I'm not going in and playing with these people. Uncle Russ, come on, man. You got to tune in, bro. I know you're sitting back. I know you got some legal questions you probably want to ask. So you got to come on, bro. If this was your show, you would be taking it in.
But I'm sitting here taking it all in, man, because I'm loving this brother, this young energy, the whole 9 yards. I guess one question I would ask him is how you structured and what your vision for expansion.
Did you hear that, Hockley?
My vision for expansion.
Yeah.
And how are you structured? Are you LLC, sole proprietor? What are you?
So honestly, this year was supposed to be this year is the year.
Claim it, baby.
No.
I said good, claim it. I like how you changed that verbiage, because what you put in the atmosphere is what you are. So yes, this is your year to what? I'm sorry.
Within these first 2 months, I just don't have to I'm trying to really focus on. I don't know if I'm gonna get LLC. I'm trying to focus on that and really figure out my system as far as because what I was gonna tell Coach O, I don't really have the marketing thing is the I have to work on right now. I'm more of a production, trying to get them out there. I got a lot of people on people. That's what I'm working on right now.
Mm-hmm. Look, if it's anything that you need from us, man, we have a pretty strong team. And my thing is, my mother always told me each one teach one. And I know your uncle, and he's a very successful businessman, and I'm pretty sure he's not going to hold nothing back from you. So my first suggestion would be turn the family that's already like in business. Then they can tell you the downfall, the ups and the downs from it. And then always stay close knitted to people that you really trust, that's not really trying to look for the benefit anything from you. And that's what I'm proud of you. And hey, it's crazy because your uncle was supposed to be on this show, but he told me he was in California for some business, and he didn't know if he was going to be able to make it or listening to the show or watching the show. And I'm hoping that he either listening to the show or watching the show so he can see that you came on the show to see how you present yourself and how you market your business. Because from this end, man, I'm proud of you. And I love you. I wish you the best. Again, if there's anything I can do, if it's something I can't find out or if I don't know, trust me, I have a team of people that can find out for you. And guess what? It's free of charge.
Yes.
You ain't got to worry about that.
Your next move needs to be just a little throw something out there for you. You know what the next move needs to be? Infiltrate your college. You are there. There's a massive amount of individuals there. Infiltrate. Get your pickles out there.
That's the like Coach football team. I'm planning on taking this place over there.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know that's right. He said, I'm planning on taking this place over.
Yes.
Hey, my thing is with them cookies. I mean, once they taste it, it's a wrap. Because I know when I brought my jar home, I didn't even get to enjoy them.
Somebody else said the whole jar.
You know what she said? Lord knows.
People who like to snack but don't want the calories. There you go. There you go.
That's another thing. And them pickles I tasted today, Hockley, they was spicy, man. one of the players, he was like, Coach, you can have some more. I was like, nah, you can have them, bro. I don't need them that high. Man, I hope they ain't eating them before they get on the practice field. They're going to have to keep them up to the restroom.
This that hot Cheeto generation.
Man, them pickles right there are hot. And I like spicy food, but them pickles there, they hot.
Oh my goodness.
But hey, look, hey, Hockley, what I can assure you, man, for the end of this month, going through February, we will be sure to give your company a shout out. I got everything posted on our website and our web pages. When we get done with this show, I'll make sure I also put it on Stationhead. And again, seeing a young man getting out there grinding on their own, not looking for a handout from their family, and trying to seek help to better themselves, as well as getting an education at the same time.
So what are you in
Come on, man.
I'm getting a construction manager.
Look at you, boy. You're gonna build you a pickle mansion and stuff. You're gonna have you a pickle high rise. The pickles down in the garage and things. You know what I'm saying? Keep up the good work, honey. Keep up the good work. I am so proud of you.
Well, Hockley, hey man, we appreciate you coming on the show. I know this your off day. You're probably getting ready to go out and have some fun, but whatever you do, be safe, be careful. You know that COVID is real. I don't want to see you having anything that set you back and keeping you up off the field. Man, I'm gonna keep looking at your videos on Huddle to see how you're doing. Keep up the good work. And again, I can't say enough. If there's anything that I can do on my side, or if you want to come back on the show, or you want to do a show of marketing your business and stuff like that, man, if we can find time in our schedule, well, I'll make time. I'm willing to do that. And I'm on my National Scouting Service page, I'm gonna be doing a National Scouting Service sports show, and we're gonna be talking about recruits and people the college life that they're going through, and that's with myself and Mr. Archie Williams and some more guys that's with my National Scouting Service. And I'd definitely like to have you on that show so we can talk about the college side of it. Myself and us is working on some things for football camp, and hopefully I can bring. Now you only can volunteer. See, I ain't got to pay you now. So I'm gonna get unpaid. So I'm gonna get it out of you. So I'm gonna definitely reach out to you for you to help me with that, man. Because whenever you can give back to a kid or having a kid look up to you, it's just as well as how y'all was looking up to us as coaches, because it puts you in a higher realm of how they look at you, man. But with all that being said, I'm proud of you. I love you. I'm glad you were able to come on the show.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh man, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
you. That was Mr. Hockley. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be with our next guest. This guy, he's into the sports field. You will love to hear what he got to say. He worked with a lot of high school athletes as well as professional athletes, have his own company, and I'm fortunate enough to go to school with him. He's much younger than me. He's like a little older than me. But with that being said, I am Zeke the 5 3 with my beautiful co-host and my brother,
Uncle Russ, baby.
Uncle Russ. And we'll be back in a minute.
We'll be back. I ain't hear.
All right, we are back on for such a vibrant thing. You got your mouth full of stuff.
Ice and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You
My
know,
co-host, he didn't even say we was going back on air. He just let me put a big old piece of ice in my mouth so I could get on air. You know, they not on my side, y'all. They not on my side.
Uncle Russ.
What it do, baby?
Hey man, the studio producer said you need to engage more. Now that ain't come from me. That came from the studio producer.
Well, I promise you, man, y'all asking some 100 questions. So I'm sitting here watching and listening and taking notes at the same time, giving in what I need to give in. So it's all good.
All
But I
right,
will.
well, we
I
are
will.
back. I am Zeke, the 5-foot freak, with my beautiful co-host
Miss me of that deep.
and my brother,
Uncle Russ, baby.
Uncle Russ. Well, we have another guest on, and he may be our last guest. We got a guy that's supposed to be calling in from California, but he has some things to do, so hopefully we'll catch him at the end of the show. But with that being said, this is another. Now you know what? I'm gonna let him do that. Guest, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Hey,
Hello.
why don't you go ahead and let us know where you from? Give us your name, where you from, the name of your business, and then we'll go from there.
All right. First, I want to say thank you to your co-host and Otis for having me on the show. That this is an exciting time for entrepreneurs, and you guys are being a catalyst of change. And I'm just happy to be a part of that.
Appreciate that, brother.
We appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. We support all the entrepreneurs. I myself, Uncle Russ, and Otis and Zeke 5-foot free are all entrepreneurs. So we do support you in your endeavors. And we appreciate
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you coming on.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
So what is your business? What do you have going on?
Okay. My name is Elliot Johnson, and I am the owner of Power Elite. And it is a sports agency and a sports academy that prepares prospects to go on to the every level that may be.
Okay, so you grab the prospects in what level of sports? Is that elementary school? Is that what do you call that?
Pee-wee, Pop Warner.
Pop Warner. When do you actually start scouting your clients?
Okay, I work I work for the top 500 athletes in the country, and I verify the top 500 athletes in the country. My business as a prospect academy, I prepare the athletes to become part of a prospect list. The prospect list is a national list that colleges are exposed to, and that just opens the opportunity for athletes to be exposed to more colleges and more opportunities that one coach can reach.
Right. And so you start following these said athletes in like high school, or do you pick up in junior high? When do you notice the potential client or the potential athlete?
Well,
how can they sign up?
Okay. If they want to be a prospect, I have a consulting program that aligns parents and educates parents on the direction of their child. That is for the grassroots level athlete.
And when you say grassroots, what is that?
Yeah, grassroots is youth sports. youth sports.
Oh, youth sports.
Okay,
Okay.
that's youth sports before the 7th grade. Now,
Okay.
from from the 7th grade on through 12, I have a national prospect exposure program that helps kids develop a prospect label, which makes them more attractive to colleges.
Oh, good.
And so, do you do this at a reasonable cost? Because a lot of, our athletes in certain communities, that's what they kind of cleave on to, or they kind of gravitate to sports as an outlet. Sometimes their parents are not as fortunate or financially stable, but sports, being that they are in school or what have you, sometimes that's a freebie and they can indulge into sports. Do you help out some of those individuals who have financial burdens, or is this like a really expensive type of elite type of thing?
Absolutely. We provide our services thankful that there are situations, and there are situations that would call for our support and to help the student athlete or the parent cut the costs with discounts, cut the costs with help that would allow the kids to participate.
So how is your company structured? Is it a nonprofit where people can donate? Do you take donations to help with those kind of struggling individuals? How can the community get involved with your company to help those students?
Okay. All right. Well, I am a sole proprietorship, and I have contracted other professionals that can help the student athletes in different ways. And with the change of the rule, the NCAA, it's going to call for a much bigger team, a much bigger force than one person to help these student athletes, because now the student athletes are going to be able to be paid. And so that changes the entire game of how recruiting is approached, what to expect from recruiting, what the colleges are looking for in the athletes, and being a part of that change and being a part of that new direction. I feel like I've found my niche of where I can absolutely help kids make the right decision. Being a former educator, and I don't want to say former, but because educating is part of our education is part of our process for developing the prospect.
Right.
So, and with the new rule changes again, it really changes the whole approach, and again the dynamics of like what colleges are looking for, what kids should be looking for, and these outcomes with dealing with finances.
So let me ask you this. So a lot of people don't understand or don't know about how the rules have changed and how they're starting to pay stipends and things like that associated with going to one college or something of that nature. Can you tell just for the listening audience how athletes are now going to be paid under that new rule, that new regulation, and how their stipends pan out under that new rule?
Yes, it's the name, image, and likeness rule. And right now, they are still debating on how they're going to legislate this across the board. But in so many words, college is going to be special. The kids are going to be able to make money, and they're going to have a representative that's going to protect themselves and the schools for the scholarships and the deals that they sign for.
So it's basically like having a sports agent, except for it's on a collegiate level instead of it being absolutely. And you know what?
Yes.
That's a great thing, because how many colleges have been bringing in billions and billions of dollars all these years? You look at these major colleges, Ohio State and Texas A&M and U of H.
Right.
They have all of these students who play for them, and they make millions and millions of dollars off of ticket sales. And where does that money go? I mean, athletics, them buying gym equipment and all of that can only go so far. So, I mean, it's about time that these students are compensated, because they are putting themselves on the line just as a professional at a professional level of football or baseball, basketball. They're doing the same thing.
Absolutely. And but that's absolutely true. But my approach to this entire deal is that, you know, everyone is applauding that the kids are going to be able to get paid. I mean, everybody's applauding that the kids are going to be able to get paid this early, but we have to consider when everybody's thinking about this, everybody's thinking of stories, the kids that worked out, things that where there are no pitfalls and the kid gets what he's supposed to get, right? But no one's considering. Number one, there's going to be a whole market for financial literacy just for athletes. Okay, there's going to be a whole new market open just to educate athletes on receiving a scholarship and what to do with the money that they're going to be able to receive.
Well, if somebody's smart, they need to develop a market on the NFL and how the hell to educate those fools on what to do beyond football, because they got these concessions and stuff.
Right. Now, do you have anything for?
Correct.
You got it.
Our other co-host wants to chime in.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna sit back. I ain't gonna do nothing else.
Go ahead.
Hey, man.
Go ahead, bro.
Good to hear from you, brother. Question, man. As it pertains to looking out for these kids on a collegiate level, the agents that are looking out, talking to them, are you putting people in place, or are there people in place that can talk to the college students on their level before they get actually into the NFL and things of that nature?
Well, this is a new process, and again, all of these avenues, and there's a plethora. There's a plethora of needs.
What the hell is going on?
There's a plethora of what? I'm sorry, we're listening. There's a plethora.
There's a plethora of needs that are not even thought of right now. And those are open markets for entrepreneurs to develop their own systems that can help children. And what's going to happen is with those markets being available, they're going to go underserved for a couple of years, because those needs have to be identified, and right now those needs aren't identified until you start hearing the negative stories, you know, the negative backstories of sports. And so what I want to do is I want to be a safety net that stops our kids from the pitfalls of mishandling money, the pitfalls from mishandling attention, the pitfalls from not having plans, not having a plan after they are just, even if they are extremely successful.
Elliot.
Yes.
Okay, now to go back on some things that you said, like, I started my National Scout Service in 2005, which, you helped me with, or whatever the case may be. I had to back out of that because I had started working with schools and there was a conflict of interest. Now,
right.
Are you there? Hold on, man.
Yeah,
hold on a second. I'm about to.
While he's getting that together, I know I said I wasn't going to ask any more questions, but I have just one more while he's getting the technical difficulty together. So I know you said that there's going to be an avenue in our outlet for other people to get involved. But how are you orchestrating? Because there's no I in team. You can't do everything by yourself, as our previous guest said. You're going to need a team of people. Also, how are you being an advocate for putting the necessary people in place, or to let them know what the need is beyond what you can provide? So, how are you going about that? Or have you even thought about that yet?
Okay. Yes, absolutely I have. And with my almost education experience and being experienced in the areas of where there's a high population of athletes, I have gained a network of highly qualified professionals that's going to be able to help me direct and guide these kids in the right direction. And
Go ahead, Elliot, man. I'm almost losing power over here, man. I got cords.
Don't worry about it. Just keep going, honey. We listening. You have a gang of people that you.
Okay, no. Well, I have a highly qualified network that have the experience and they understand the plight of the student athlete. And putting these songs together is going to help make advancing a seamless process. And that it is my job to help the kid advance through the seamless process and help them understand what pitfalls may be there with honesty and giving them deliberate expectations for how they're going to impact their own community when they are successful, and how to take care of their family if they're not successful on the field.
All right, now this is what I was going into before I had all types of crap going on over here. For one, when I started my company in 2005, I didn't start it as that I was going to be a scout or anything like that. It was more of a consultant. When I was able to go into Lamarck High School, Cook Creek High School, Brazosport, it was more of educating the athletes as well as the parents on what to expect, how many scholarships are given for certain schools, where it was the NCAA, Division I, NCAA Division II, Division III, NAIA, or JUCOs. I think that's all a lot of things that people are missing out on. Then, when I went into the camp realm, which myself and Uncle Russ been talking about, because eventually I'm gonna end up getting back into it because I think that's really my calling, instead of being limited to the things that I can be able to do in a school atmosphere. So then when I started doing the camp, that was my way of doing an evaluation, like what Ms. Mina had asked earlier. When I did my camp, and Uncle Russ, he tripped out when I told him this last week, I had over 120 kids, and I didn't charge damn one of them anything. But if they wanted a video of the camp doing the skill sets, where it's the L drill, the 40, the W drill, back pedal drill, one-on-one, I charge that aspect to get my money because every parent who has a little kid or a high school kid, if their grandmother couldn't come, what do they want? I want that video so I can show my people, or I can upload it on YouTube. So from that, as years passed, I got more advanced that I didn't need the video camera anymore to upload. I mean, to make DVD, whatever the case may be. Because as we said earlier, everything is digital. So then it went to the internet. So I was doing the same thing, which I right now in the hospital aspect of it, even though we got huddle and all that, I do a video. Send that link to a school. I recruits. What's up, Ellen? One of my speakers on it now. Send that video to a scout, and now the thing they got to do when they open up the email, they got to do that every day. Check for recruits, who's trying to transfer, who's leaving, who's going pro, coming back another year. They can watch that video compared to if we got 50 kids sending in DVDs. The chances are, if it's not an All-American or All-State, I'm not looking at. But they got to open up their email. Open up the email. Oh, let me see this you got. And then it went from having a 5 or 10 minute video, and we started breaking it down. Say, okay, now your video needs to be 2 or 3 people because you don't want to get that scout on the recruit board when they don't want to look at it anymore. And it got to be impact play. It can't be you just catching the ball and dancing in the end zone. I want to see you got specific route running. Are you a blocker? They're not throwing the ball to you. Are you taking a play off? Because if he's tired, we can't use him. So then I went from that realm to educate them about the money and the finances. And I tell all my kids, even right now to this day, as my past recruits, it's my job is to make sure that your parents don't have to pay anything or pay a little bit of nothing at all. Because a lot of times, because I went through it, you start getting these grants. I mean, grants you ain't got to pick up. You start getting these financial aid or whatever the case may be, and the parents sign off for them, and you sign off for them. But the chances are 9 times out of 10, in the ending part of it, that's your credit that's messed up. Now it's falling on you for the student loans. So I try to get them out of that. Now, when you say, well, Ms. Diva said, when you go to the league, they need to educate you. They do that. Every rookie that comes into the NFL, they have seminars for them. They have seminars for them about sex, about rape.
Well, isn't that like so broad?
Symposiums.
Yeah.
Symposium, yeah. You get a 4-hour symposium, and in that 4 hours, a person
that's what it's called.
Dumb it don't know if that was passed through college to get to the NFL or whatever. They're supposed to understand financial literacy.
They're not going to understand it because a lot of times, a lot of these kids, they'll give power of attorney to these attorneys or their agents and get screwed. The thing is, I'm not saying it's right, but what's the difference when they have a family member to do it and they do the same thing?
So this is my question to you guys because this is y'all's arena, right? And y'all know. And so how do you guys because if you look at statistically 80% of players who go into collegiate level for sports, basketball and football specifically, 80% of those individuals are minority people. They are going to need someone to advocate for them because how it's been going lately, it's not been working, right?
Well,
so how do you guys at this level jump in? What can you provide at this level to jump in to help them avoid that moving forward? Is it creating a sports agency at this level?
Well, it's not necessarily creating in my opinion, it's not necessarily. But hold on, Elliot. In my opinion, I don't think it's necessarily creating a sports agency because you have those out there. It's just all about you got to find out what their percentage of a success rate for their clients, and then outside of that, you got to make sure that you got genuine people that's for you. And then the thing is, if I don't want to say no agent name, but he was the guy that used the name about fish in the water.
Okay,
this guy was getting all of these top recruits, and he was getting them big time contracts, but they were short term, big time contracts. And a lot of these people made investments because they was going off their agent or whatever the case may be, and they were bad investments. And then anybody knows whatever investment you make, it's just a chance you take. because you don't know if it's going to profit, you don't know if it's going to fail. It may profit for the first 2 or 3 years, and it may fail. It's just a chance you have to take. And my thing with that is, one of the smartest athletes, in my opinion, was Beast Mode, because this guy didn't use no financial advisor. But yeah, because what he said was, in the first 3 years, and Chad Ochocinco was too, until we started getting into the limelight. And he said the first 3 years, I'm not gonna mess with none of my contract money. I'm gonna use all of my endorsement money. But when he got done, this guy sitting on $25-30 million, and everybody wondering like, how he saved all that money all this time? Because he was the one saying, I'm gonna eat these Skittles on the sideline.
But hold on.
I'm gonna market myself.
Okay.
I'm only here because I don't want to get fined.
Okay, and that's great. That's a great opinion to have. But obviously, how things have been going currently has not been working to the benefit of the majority. And so, therefore, what can you guys do at this level? Elliot, this is for you again. What can you guys do at this level to create, to break that cycle and recreate it? Just like you are putting money into HBCUs now, what can we do as a community to break that cycle so that we're not being screwed over? We're talking about 1 or 2 people out of a million people who have an opportunity, and majority get screwed. But so let Elliot.
Okay, the first thing, the first thing I want to say is, in order to change anything, we have to stop verbalizing and articulating that our kids are dumb athletes. We have to stop saying that, because the dumb athlete doesn't exist anymore. Otis, you're a football coach, and you understand the intricacies of running a football play and how many football plays you have to learn. And if we're talking about athletes, if they're out there participating, that means that kid has passed and has qualified and has met the standards of academia to be out there. And we have to understand also is that athletics is a class. That's a class. That's the football field and the basketball court or the soccer field is an extension of the classroom. And before we even begin, we have to stop articulating that kids can be dumb and be an athlete, because that's not true. Okay, the times of Dexter Manley. Dexter Manley getting all the way through 12th grade and can't read. That doesn't happen anymore. Because there are safeguards for that. There are.
My thing is though, it, in my opinion, it's still happening, man. They still moving these kids through school, right? And high school too. But my thing is though, even with the sport agencies and all of that, like Ms. Mina said, what can be different? I don't think it's gonna ever be anything different, because these guys are still trying to make a financial gain. They can say I got you at heart, but I don't see one agent saying I'm just gonna have one client. They trying to get 10, 12 clients. I don't even know what the going rate is, because it used to be they couldn't get no more than 3%, but now they.
I was seeing what was Russell
but they now still get
7.
Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. It's going up because of the contract. But back in my day, it was just you couldn't get no more than 3%. So now you tell me you give me 20 athletes at 7%. You telling me I'm in your interest. The last one was what was the show? He said, "Show me the money." He only had one client, and that was based off a true story. So he gave all the attention to that one client. Jerry Maguire. What you got, Uncle Rob?
Yes, and yes, yeah.
See, that's just my own.
It's good. It's good. Yeah, it's good that you said that and you made reference to Jerry Maguire. And when Maguire is a real person, you know that his name is not Jerry Maguire, but his name is Lee Steinberg. Okay, who that movie was made by, and he has one of the most successful agencies in all of sports.
Yeah, but you know why? You know why? Because when his company went down, he didn't have no clients, so he put all his stakes into that one guy. And you know what every client said after that? Hey man, if he giving that guy that much attention, he can be my agent. And that's what made him blow back up. But we don't have people like that no more. Because everybody trying to get 30 and 40 clients to get their company up to try to get a name, and then they may forget about old Otis, who probably was their first client.
What are you gonna say, Russ?
And that.
Yes.
Huh?
Go ahead. No, I'm going back to the education piece, and I'm glad that Elliot is on the call now, because now that we know what the problem is, the rest of it is putting a solution to solve the problem. And
Right.
so, understanding, listening to Elliot, and getting them from a grassroots level, because okay, maybe collegiate ain't there yet, but the NBA, the NFL, and the NBA is. But how do we go about putting the education in place, Elliot, now, so as we move forward, we not only getting them the playing time now, but we getting the correct deals later.
Okay. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay. Well. Okay. Ultimately, we need a push educators to financial literacy to athletics. Because I'm talking about across the board, across the nation. I mean that because they have, again, athletics is a class, and I think that should be a part of the required curriculum of a program to be declared a program.
Well, see,
because the next level for these kids is participate
in athletics.
Yes.
They're not going to educate them on the financial structure of what they need to do for boys.
But what he's saying is, we got to listen to him and hear him all the way out. It's our responsibility.
Absolutely.
It's our responsibility to put that information in place. And so,
right, they should put it in the schools. I agree.
They shouldn't put it in the schools.
No,
just like
not put it in schools.
Yes, he has elite. Whatever, you guys can be the contractor of that program to instill that program into the school.
But see, now
shouldn't take it over, because then they're going to make it their own.
Hold on,
but
that's going into a whole different realm, because now you got to go through the UIL. UIL is their own entity, man. They've been around for over 80 years.
I think.
Ellie, your mic is stuck.
UIL, and it's about.
You got to keep your phone still when you're talking to it.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, but you got to stay still. Now? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, that curriculum and the oversight of that curriculum needs to go with. The UIL needs to have a department of financial literacy for athletics. Like, that needs to be a part of the curriculum. And we need to do legislation. We need to push for it, because what's going to happen is the kids that are not successful, what we're doing is we're creating a new streamline of criminals. Okay, of kids, because they don't have the support for if things don't go right. Okay, because things can not go right. Look at the portal and the way they're allowing kids to go from school to school. And when you see kids transfer from school to school, that means money goes with that. Wherever they go, there's going to be money there waiting on them. So if these kids are not aware of the financial burdens that come with them not getting the money they're supposed to, and to say they perform and then underperform, what are we gonna do? Cut them, and then tell them to find their way? So I think that if they're going to do this, if kids' money, and they're going to make money a part of this, there has to be a definitive curriculum to help with just the foundation of literacy, just the plain old, what is a savings account? What is a checking account? What bare basics of financial, personal financial literacy. Yes, because these kids are going to be like in months, those kids are going to be responsible for a lot of money. And if they do right by it, if they do it right, they could catapult themselves for the rest of their lives. Just being 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 able to go to college and participate in sports, they could catapult their whole future and their wealth just getting the opportunity to play sports. So,
look,
if
hey, Elliot,
I'm gonna say this, Otis, and I'm done. If a kid gets with the right financial planners and the right professionals that are in financial markets and that understand entrepreneurship and branding, those kids, they don't see. One thing they don't understand is that when they leave high school, because they have no credit. They're fresh credit earners or credit receivers, or that is when they first have credit. And there's things to do with credit that can set them up, that is official, where they can officially make sure that they have the proper account and aggressive and conservative stock and aggressive businesses that a kid could, with the right financial planner and the right professionals, they could very well set their whole family up for the rest of their life just by getting picked to go to college and play sports.
I totally agree with you. What I don't agree with is that we need to put that in the hands of someone else. We've entrusted these folks, and we'll just say folks. We've entrusted them to guide and lead our individuals in the right direction, and we see that they are being basically used. So I feel like this is an avenue and an opportunity for our community to get involved and create that avenue. And it doesn't have to go through the school. It could just be a contracted service that they go through, just like their scouting agency and Zeke's scouting agency that educates them in a way that they need to be educated and follows them in that way, and puts them in that position. These children are not educated. Even in school, they're not teaching what a bank account looks like anymore, what your routing number and your bank account number is like, and why you need one and this and that. They're not teaching that.
Swan, what you got?
But they're not only not teaching it to the athlete, they're not teaching it to the basic student. It's not being taught. Period. And so for those those like Elliot as well as Otis, who have actually access to them, to give them the information they need, so when the money comes, it's coming in the hands of somebody that's been prepared for the money, and it ain't just all of a sudden I went from broke, struggling, to all of a sudden now I'm a millionaire tomorrow. I got to keep running this football while somebody else worry about this other money. So, I mean,
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let
I agree.
Tim close it out because he's a financial consultant. But this is my thing.
Oh, well, there you go.
For one, you are taught. You probably ain't being taught how to make the checkbook and all that, but they do have economics in school. Now it depends on if you're trying to take it out of it that you're giving. There's a reason why I know that. Hey, we still got Coach Key at Ball High. We still got Mr. Singleton and Mr. Robinson at Ball High. Whether they getting up out of it, what they're supposed to be getting out of it, I don't know. Now to go on the college aspect of it, when they find out that you're a potential draftee, they have people to come in to talk to you. Now, I'm not saying these probably are the right people because they can be sharks. I don't know what the case may be. And like Elliot had explained earlier, and then when you get into the NFL, they tell you about what you need to do. They don't even tell you about investing. They just tell you about how you should manage your money. These are the things you need to do. You're going to have the entourage. You're going to have your friends. If you're only making $1 million, don't go buy your mother that $700,000 home. You need to wait to see if you're going to be in the league. I don't know what it is now. At first, you get 5 years, so you know you're going to get your retirement pension. But I think now it got to be 8. Oh, it's 4, not, it ain't 4 no more. It went up. So I don't know what you need to have your pension or whatever the case may be. So these things are taught, but it's the same thing like being a man. If you got $1 million and I got $1 million, but I'm making sure I'm budgeting my money, and we go to the club and you spend $30,000 and I try to spend $30,000, who can tell me, hey, old man, put your money, don't be spending that money. You still want to fly everybody up out of town. You still want to try to take care of everybody. So you've been being through it with me.
And that's
go to the club, still try to, right. But the thing is, people are having this conversation. But when you're the person with the money, we can tell you to do with your money. We can tell you how to spend your money. That's why so many times.
But somebody is though.
Dog, they just not listening to you. Good, you
That's right. And
I know, I'm telling you it's right.
I just feel like that if the kid is caught early enough and the kid respects you, it's going to have to come from somebody respectable that the kid respects. And we have to be honest with them and let them know, hey, this may not happen next month. This may not mean you may not get this much money next month, and being honest with them about it. I think that too many people are worried about them being a part of, what about themselves being a part of their success, the kids' success, to where they okay everything that they do. And then that's when it's hard to say, hey, stop. I mean, they're kids. They're kids with something new. And if they're going to listen and if they're going to be directed, they're going to have to respect where that's coming from. And so the only way I feel like that you can intervene in that process of feeling like I'm a grown man, I'm an adult, and what you're gonna tell me is if that kid is educated early and the pitfalls are brought to his attention early.
Correct.
Okay, and it's all about making the clear, making them clear. Don't go over there because this can happen to you over there. You're worth so many millions of dollars. You can't hang with this person. You can't. Go over there.
They get taught that, Elliot. That's what you. Yeah, these kids are being taught. You can't tell me no NFL team have a structured program when they coming in. My boy, that coach, Peyton Manning, that's the coach. What's his name? Black coach. Well, anyway, he hosted every year.
Yes, I know.
He hosted every year. Yes. Because he's telling them about the pitfalls and the downfalls. But look, man, hey, we're going to have to stop right here because I got to bring this other guest on. Goose. What you got to say, man?
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you. We're going to give you a shout out on the
show.
Yeah,
you there?
Yeah, we here. Did you kind of catch the end part of that?
So much. And
yeah, you there?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. I can't hear you guys.
Well, it must be on your end. We can hear you.
We can hear you.
All right.
Well,
I can't hear you guys. Hold on. Let me see here. Hold on a second. Let me get another.
I think there's a great opportunity for the community to get involved in some way. I really truly believe that this is a good opportunity to bring or create an avenue, like I said, create a program, create a financial advisement agency that advocates just for collegiate prospects, NFL prospects, prior to them getting to that high school prospects, because they have what did you call that, huddle and all that, where they're creating that buzz about themselves. In that time, when you see that those potential athletes are in that era or in that arena,